Hey everybody, I'm making another slow cooker recipe today. Welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be chicken pot pie in the slow cooker, but then you transfer it over to the oven. When you want to add the biscuits, you gotta transfer it over to the oven with the biscuits on top in like a casserole dish. You could also leave it in the ceramic holder that goes inside of the slow cooker and just place the biscuits on top and then put the whole thing in the oven. So yeah, these are the biscuits I'll be using. Just Pillsbury Grand's flaky biscuits. You're not gonna need this right away, that's why I don't have it out. But what you'll need is about 3 decent sized chicken breasts, 2 small cans of cream of chicken condensed soup, some parsley, black pepper, medium onion, you're gonna dice this, some minced garlic, chicken powders to make my chicken broth, or you can just use chicken broth, chicken stock, but I don't have that because I use it all the time, so I just got the chicken powder, some corn, peas and carrots, and then obviously your biscuits. So this doesn't call for it, but I thought it would just make it so creamy and good. I'm gonna do a half a block of cream cheese also. Alright, so let's get this started. Alright, so I already have my chicken laid in the slow cooker. What I'm going to do first is I think I'm going to add my cream of chicken. I just need to get a spatula. Okay, 1 can of cream of chicken going in. This is a very good recipe. Nice comfort food. If you love comfort food, this recipe is for you. I got the dented can of cream of chicken, but you know what? It doesn't like interrupt the flavor of it. It doesn't ruin anything. It's just doesn't look pretty. There's 1 can. There's the second can of chicken. That's my son in the background, laying in his jumper. Okay. Second can. Alright, next, I got diced onion, whole diced onion. I'm gonna just dump that in. This is a very simple recipe. Once you have everything, it's pretty much like a dump and go. I got the cubed, half a brick of cubed cream cheese. And you could do a whole brick. I'm just gonna do half. See how it turns out. I haven't tried it before, but I know that creamy Italian chicken is cream of chicken and cream cheese and then Italian seasoning, and it turns out real good. I have a cup of frozen corn. I'm gonna do a whole 14-ounce bag of peas and carrots. And add I think I'm gonna do 4 teaspoons of minced garlic. I'm gonna do a half teaspoon of pepper. This is finely ground pepper. Just gonna add some parsley throughout. I don't really measure that. And then I'm going to make my chicken broth. I decided I'm only gonna add a half a cup of chicken broth because you're gonna get a lot of moisture. You're gonna get a lot of moisture from the chicken and then the frozen vegetables. You don't want this to be like a chicken pot pie soup, so that's what I'm gonna do. And the cream cheese will thicken it a little bit more. So I have the half a cup of chicken broth. Put that right over. I'm gonna give this a little stir. Looks like it's coming together pretty good. You know, I might add a little bit more corn. That was a 14-ounce bag of corn. I didn't want to add the whole thing. But you know what? I might do another half cup of corn. Let's see how that looks. Okay, just added the half a cup of corn. Give this a stir. The chicken breast right at the bottom. It looks really thick right now, but I promise it's going to get liquidy from the chicken and the frozen veggies. It's gonna get pretty liquidy. And then at the end, if it's too thick, you can always add more chicken broth. So it's better to add it at the end than right now, because you can always add, but you can never take away. Follow that rule dearly. It's very true. You don't want to mess up and have a soupy pot pie. Alright, so this looks like it's mixed up pretty well. Alright, so this is going to cook on low. I should have preheated this. I have it on low. I'm going to add the cover. You're also going to get more moisture from the condensation. Remember that also. So I have it on low. I'm going to let this cook. Since there's frozen stuff, it's probably going to take a good 5 hours, good 4.5, 5 hours for the chicken to cook thoroughly, because they got frozen stuff all around it. It's going to thaw out. So yeah, I'm going to let this cook for 4.5, 5 hours. And I will let you see what it looks like when it's done, and then I'll put it in a baking dish with the biscuits on top and show you how that looks also. Just wanted to add that I always forget, because I always cook my stuff on low. I always forget to add that you can cook it on high, but it'll probably take 6 to 8 hours. You can always check it with a meat thermometer. That's what I've been doing. I am so happy I bought one. It comes in handy very well. Just one of these, folds out. Once it gets to 160, 165, you know that the meat is done. Also, I forgot to mention that you can cube your chicken before you put it in. I am just going to cook it as is and shred it at the end, and then incorporate and then mix it back in. I also added 3 tablespoons of cold butter. I just cubed it up and put it over top, and then I did a light dusting of seasoning salt. So you don't have to do that, but I just thought it would give it a little bit of extra flavor. Again, you don't have to, it just doesn't call for it. So at the end, I'm going to shred up the chicken and then put it back in, and then put it in a casserole dish, put the biscuits on top, cook it for the amount of time it says on the can of biscuits. Not sure if you guys do the same thing. You probably do. I don't know why you wouldn't. But when I have leftover chicken in a tray that I bought, instead of freezing them all together, I put them in individual little baggies so that when I want to defrost them, it doesn't take as long. And I can also pick however many breasts or thighs I need for that recipe. And so yeah, I put them in like little sandwich Ziploc bags, and then I add them to a big gallon size bag. I just do that with each chicken breast, and it's very easy, very nice and convenient. I used to just put the whole tray in the freezer with some saran wrap over it, and then when I wanted to cook something, say I only needed like 2 chicken breasts and I had 8 in the tray, I had to defrost the whole thing. And then I'd still do the same thing, put the leftovers all together. All the rest of those 6 chicken breasts back in the freezer. I don't know what I was thinking, but this is definitely an easier way of doing it, a smarter way also. So yeah, hopefully this is a good tip for somebody who needed it. When you're freezing the chicken in the bag, take out all the air. And then you want to lay it flat so they're not on top of each other. You want to lay them flat because then they freeze evenly. You don't want to risk getting food poisoning. If they freeze unevenly, it might get some bacteria or bacteria builds up. Something about it. So yeah, just take all the air, lay them flat so they're not stacked on top of each other so they freeze evenly. It's been about 3.5 hours. I just came to check on it to give it a quick stir. It smells really good. See, it's already getting some liquid in there. Ooh, and the cream cheese is melting. This smells really good. Oh yeah, it's definitely getting juicier. As you can see, you don't need to add very much liquid. That is looking really nice. You probably could add the whole stick of cream cheese, so giving it a good stir. That is looking delicious. I have my son, I'm holding my son right now. It's about his nap time, so. Alright. So, I'm going to put the lid back on. Let it cook for another 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and I'll see you then. So it has been 5 hours and it is done. I checked the temperature. I decided I'm gonna add the other half of this block of cream cheese. It's a little bit more liquidier than I would like, so hopefully this will thicken it a little bit. I'm gonna stir this in and then I'm gonna shred the chicken, get it in a dish, and then put the biscuits on top, bake it, and I'll show you where I'm at next. So I just shredded my chicken with an egg beater. I'm about to dump it back in. This should make it so it's not so soupy when the chicken absorbs that extra moisture in there. Just stir it up. Oh yeah, and I think the cream cheese helped too. Definitely. It's actually perfect. The filling tastes so good. The gravy tastes amazing. So this is what it's gonna look like when the chicken's shredded and dumped back in. I'm about to dump it in the casserole dish and I'll show you what that looks like with the biscuits. So I have these Pillsbury biscuit grands, flaky biscuit grands. I'm going to just cut it in half and then cut this into thirds. And do that with all of the biscuits. I just poured the mixture into the casserole dish. Now I'm just going to start popping these on top until it's got an even layer throughout the top. It's going to look like that when all the biscuits are on top. I have the oven preheated for 350. I'm just gonna throw it in for the recommended time that it says, which is 13 to 16 minutes. So this is what it looks like when I took it out. It looks more golden in person. This camera just doesn't pick up color that well, I guess, but I put it in for a total of 25 minutes. It probably would have helped if I put butter in the biscuits to make it brown better. But I just thought, you know what, it's done, I'm taking it out. Honestly, it looks better in person. So I'm gonna plate this up and show you the final review. Here it is, everyone. I tried it, it tastes amazing. So that is my chicken pot pie in the slow cooker. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you're having a great, awesome day. God bless all of you, and I'll see you till next time.